Ooh, that's good coffee. Oh, welcome into the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the fourth of March, 2024. It happens to be a Monday, and I happen to be with the one and only X1. I think already on camera. I can turn this camera off here. I don't know if he knows he's on. You're on.
I'm
Yeah.
here. Yes. Hi.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. Very exciting and an exciting day. So Genesis Week was announced, and
Yeah. So we're gonna get to that. I just want to make sure you can hear me. You know you're on, and I'm gonna get the disclaimer out of the way because there's only one announcement that's out there today. There's one announcement worth going over. I'm sure we can go back to a couple things over the weekend, tomorrow or later in the week, but definitely do want to hit on the big announcement today, and obviously that is Genesis Week 2024 in-person live event announced today. I'm lucky enough to have X1 on tonight to be able to discuss it, and of course we'll go into the announcement in a little bit of detail, as well as talking about what Genesis Week 2024 is going to mean to Upland, what Genesis Week as a whole means to Upland, and of course, the in-person event, whether you can make it or not, what it means to things being introduced into Upland, what it means to the people who get to go. And again, if you can't go, big event anyways, and maybe we can talk a little bit about that if that's okay with you.
yeah, absolutely. Would love to.
Let's get the disclaimer out of the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself, mine and mine alone, shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game or the team of Upland necessarily. Any guests we do have on, their opinions, in this case, may represent the game and the team of Upland. But of course, should be taken there as not being game strategy or financial advice, of course. And I think X1 talks for himself a little bit, but he can also talk for the team and maybe differentiate if he chooses to do so.
Yeah, I'll clarify. I always speak for myself, but if
okay, there you go.
That way I don't get myself in trouble.
There you go. We've had that before where we have somebody from the team say something, or somebody from the team say something from their opinion, and everyone says, "Oh, Upland's about to do this." It's like, no. I just said I would like blank.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Goldsmith, we were talking before the show, and before we even announced Genesis Week, so it went live on Eventbrite, and then before we could take that announcement, I saw your name pop up. You were one of the first ones to register for Genesis Week 2024.
Well, you got to take advantage of those pre-sales. I mean, the first 75 tickets, you want to get a little bit of discount. We're doing a little special, special giveaway this year too, right? With a little special something or no? I didn't see that in there.
Special something. There's a lot of special something. So we haven't announced all of the giveaways yet, but I can say, and what we wrote over on Eventbrite is true. This is the year of the most and the biggest rewards and prizes being given away for players in attendance.
And keep in mind, last year you gave away the Golden Llama totem. So
yeah,
you better mean it. And
that went to Kid Connery himself. So that was a big time, a big day.
And the first Stock Car Pro Series car.
Oh, I actually forgot about Stock Car Pro. That's right.
And the first cafe medallion.
A couple cafes. I think we gave away 5 cafes last year.
Yeah, you did, but you gave away the first cafe medallion.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think you got to give away a lot of stuff this year. I don't think there's a question about that.
Yeah, I actually would like to get what made you, and I know this is your show, so I apologize. I don't mean to.
No. This is a conversation.
What made you sign up so quickly? Like why? Like why? And was last year? I can't remember. Was last year your first year, or did you go 2 years ago as well?
I did not go 2 years ago. I was gonna go 2 years ago. Sore subject. Was gonna go 2 years ago. We felt very confident in a hackathon entry. It didn't get there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is. It was a vote, and or it was an internal vote, I should say, and the projects that went, but we put a ton of work in the project. We're like, hey, this is a shoe-in. I'm gonna be there. Let's go do this. Didn't happen.
So last year was your first year then. So what made you? Yeah, what made you swoop up the ticket? What makes you want to come back so much?
Yeah. I mean, just as a general Uplander, being able to go and see all the other Uplanders, of course, being able to see what's coming out new, interacting with the team again. it is a unique opportunity to be able to interact with the team, interact with other players. But again, fingers crossed, it's also a good opportunity as somebody as a broadcaster to be able to share what's going on there at Genesis Week. Last year, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, last year I had an opportunity to participate and on stage, and looking forward to seeing what opportunities are there as well. It's a great opportunity again to reach out to people, broadcasting in a larger way. I know a lot of people did that last year. I think that Alan C was kind of the star and the hero of broadcasting throughout the show.
He got some sneaky ones in there. There's one that I didn't realize till like after Genesis Week was over, and I'm getting tagged and I see it, and he's like sneaking me in the background, and his are hilarious. I look forward to watching his videos.
Oh no, there's no question. I mean, like I said, the great thing was there was a lot of different people there who were broadcasting and putting stuff out there. Some people said, I would love to see more of a broadcast on a perspective of I'm a participant, what's it like going to different booths. I'd love to see more of that this year, and maybe I can get involved with that. And of course, the big part of it is going and seeing those booths myself. Last year, Palamo Games kind of had a 3D experience with with VR, VR headset, kind of giving us that first glimpse of that. Again, I'm gonna call what Palamo did with the first large scale outside developer game coming into the game of Upland. So we'd love to see those type of projects, that the ones that we don't even think of as being official Upland announcements.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The other one too, we kind of got full spectrum last year with the booths from all of the community, because we had an outside project, a layer 2 like Palamo with VR, but we also had the Real Note LA with Blue Rain, who hosted that booth and had a VR experience as well, which was super cool. So yeah, I'm very excited for the booths this year. Those will be making a return and in a bigger way as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I think the one takeaway, if I have one for the booths, was just like separate them from the time where we were having panels. I don't know.
Yeah, so I think we will. We've got to figure it out. We learned a lot last year. We like having everything in one room. We like that feel, the hustle and bustle is happening. It feels very alive. There's a vibe and atmosphere there. There's some things that we can do with the speakers to separate that and the speaker setup. So we will be doing it. We will be learning our lesson. If you were on the left side of the room, you had to move in because there was some distraction there for sure. So lesson learned.
Well, distraction both ways. Distraction for the speakers, but also distraction for the people who are over there trying to, just trying to talk to, different presenters or see what booth space was or whatever the case was. So.
Yeah, 100%. I think what's undeniable, and speaking as someone from Upland, but what we really try to do is this is our way to give back to the community as well. And it's something that we talk about all the time. And from year 1 was like a celebration in person. Year 2 was much more community focused. You yourself participated in a lot of that. You did a panel with Dirk, which was excellent. And how long was that? It was like an hour long panel, I want to say 30 minutes?
So we did what, 4 panels? I think it was 4 panels over the course of almost 3 hours. So we had a long panel with Dirk, and then I got to jump on with Too Stupid. It was his panel, but with Too Stupid, and we did it with John from Nowhere. That was kind of cool. That was pretty cool to have that. Shaq was on that panel as well. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Shaq was on that panel. John from Nowhere. So it was kind of cool to be able to bring partners of Upland into those type of events, which is, again, that's what I'm looking forward to too. It's like you ask me the list of what I'm looking forward to. It's a long list. But yeah, the integration of partners is pretty great. I mean, I'm going to ask you some questions. Like I said, we're having a conversation, but I will put that other part out there too, is I kind of, like to think about the theme. And I guess I can ask you if you guys have a theme that's defined yet. If anything, the first year theme was, I think international came out of it, right? At the end, we pushed it to international. Yep. Last year, if there was a theme, it was probably totems and cafes, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that's
racing.
Accurate. Yep,
and racing maybe.
Like racing was a big part of that. It was the first time we unveiled kart racing. We had racing there in person as well. So racing was a big part of it for sure.
Yeah. And then this year, what's that theme going to be?
You're going to have to wait and see. That is something that we're very excited about, but we try to have, like, to your point, we try to have a theme every year. So, and we try to have that mic drop moment every year as well. So hopefully we can deliver on both of those. One thing that I'm particularly proud of, and I know the Upland team as a whole is very proud of, is I think if you're someone that's debating, should I come to Genesis Week? Should I not come to Genesis Week? I would say it's not like your traditional conference where you pay a fee and you go there and it's hit or miss. The value is there the minute you arrive, and it's something that we really try to provide for players, is making sure the value is there, from drinks the night before to all of the prizes to the all-inclusive dining to just the experience of meeting players in person. If you think the community of Upland is what makes Upland, wait till you see that community in person, and it's unlike anything. One of my favorite memories is last year during the minting in the morning when we were minting Berlin, and the atmosphere. Remember, the music was going off, and
I was worried about the internet speed getting tanked by all the people in the room.
And there's a countdown timer, and the atmosphere is just it's unlike anything. That it does not come across stream like it does in person. It's the difference, I think, of watching a college. I'm really big into college football. Watching a college football on TV, college football game on TV versus being there, the atmosphere, the pageantry, the tradition. There's nothing like it. It's a blast.
Yeah. And I'm going to jump ahead here, but I already have questions coming in that I think are worth hitting early.
Sure.
What's going on with the early birds? How many are sold? Because that's already a question coming in from Uplando.
Yeah, no, there is just a few left. Last I looked, I think there was like 12 left. So we'll probably sell out of early birds before the end of the night. So if you've not yet jumped on an early bird, you're going to want to make sure you do that. So just to clarify, early bird gets a exclusive early bird block explorer that is unique to early bird purchasers. Goldsmith, I think he was like one of the top 5 to get it right away. Jumped on that right away. But they also get then everything included in the general admissions ticket. The general admissions ticket also gets a unique block explorer that you can only get by coming to Genesis Week. So an early bird kind of gets double benefit there, and it's just a fantastic deal for those who sign up first. You also get a discount. It's $85 versus $100. So make sure, if you're going to come early bird, there's just a few left. Make sure you go get those before they run out.
Thank you. I mean, and you said value. I want to put that in there. I want to go back to that. For $85, I probably could not drink as much as I drank. I'm not a lush or anything, but I probably could not drink as much as I drank on Upland's dime.
Yeah.
Add in the food, add in the event space. It's an incredible value for $85.
Yeah. How about that food last year? Last year was definitely an uptick from the year before. We stepped it up on the food front, and that food was delicious.
So I didn't go the year before, but More Cheese did. And she made that comment about how much the food was improved over the year prior. So
yeah,
if you improved over last year.
Yeah. And it is. So technically the first in-person events start on Thursday, but the main conference is Friday. So some players aren't able to make it there Thursday for whatever reason. You're really just missing happy hour, which is still a fun thing to be a part of, and you get to mingle with everybody. It's great first introductions, loosens everyone up. But on the Friday, you do get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we take care of you that way as well. And then it's just a fun day of activities, hanging out. Last year we had a sweet concert at the end, which was
I was gonna ask you if you were playing like the tambourine or a ukulele this year.
No, not me. You don't want to see me singing or playing any musical instrument at all. It would kill the vibe for sure.
Yeah, but so, and we're talking about the value and the value and the cost and everything. I want to put the other thing too. You mentioned the getting there on time Thursday. If you're gonna budget for a little bit of a trip. What we did last year was we came in like Wednesday night, if you can make it in Wednesday night, and then Thursday before we do the meet and greet. If you have Uplanders really well, if you've met them in person the year before, that's a huge day that Thursday before we actually do the meet and greet that night, to go out and there's Area 51, which is, or Area 15, the art exhibit not far down the road. There's a ton in Vegas. It's Vegas.
Yep.
So there's a ton in Vegas. There's a ton to do. You don't have to go hang out in a casino for 3 days. You can go and spend time with people that you either know a little bit from online, maybe a lot from online, and like people who've gone year after year. You have those in-person relationships already. You have somebody you're comfortable with, familiar with, and a cool way to reconnect before you get into all the Upland specific festivities.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's one of the reasons we keep coming back to Vegas is we try to, it's just the value there. Flights are usually cheap into Vegas. It's just easily acceptable. There's usually a direct flight from somewhere. Accommodations you can't beat. I mean, everything is there on the Strip, and it's a good time. If you've never been to Vegas and you want an excuse to come, this could be your excuse. This is a great excuse to come.
And I'm glad you do Vegas. I want to put that out there. I mean, Vegas can be an expensive city, but it's an inexpensive city to get to. It's one of those cities that, because there's so many direct flights, because there's, there historically had been subsidization for airfare. There's the way hubbing is done. It's one of the least expensive cities to travel if you're going 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles to get into. So, I mean, that's a huge bonus, or it can be a huge bonus. Last year, I'll be 100% honest, I got a much better deal by going outside of the Upland deal, but that was a discount that was available through Upland. Is that still coming, you said?
Yeah, so in a couple days here, we should have links for exclusive discounts to players who have purchased tickets. So make sure you purchase a ticket, because there are limited rooms that are set aside for Upland. And those go really, really quick once we send out that link. So we'll send that link out to email and make an announcement. Hey, if you've purchased a ticket, check your email. There's a link there for discounted lodging at Sahara. So what's nice is if you get it at Sahara, you don't have to travel anywhere. Go right downstairs and straight into the conference room, and it just makes everything super nice, super convenient. Get to stay inside in air condition, makes it nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was the thing too, is like I had to leave the hotel to go pick something up, cue cards or something at some point when I was getting ready for a panel, and it was 90 degrees out. I think it might have been like 8 o'clock in the morning or 7:30 in the morning, and it was like 90. So I mean, that is definitely something to keep in mind. It is not a cool city.
No, I mean, it's a cool city, but cool, but it's blazing hot, right? It is that Vegas desert heat for sure.
Oh my gosh. And she's saying that she's already has the room booked. That's incredible. So
wow.
I mean, I want to put this out there. We kind of knew the day. I want to say that you guys, when we asked, I think it was specifically the year end, when Dirk and Don were on, was like, you always know when it's going to be. It's going to be that weekend.
Yeah.
So I was able to take time off work, but without the announcement, I wasn't able to book hotel. I wasn't able to book flight for sure. I want to make sure I had everything right, that you weren't adding an extra day. So what are we looking at? We're looking at 3 months ahead right now. And it's not a lot of time. So, I mean, it's one of those things that people have to start booking now, I would suggest. Maybe, would you have any idea, a couple days, 3, 4, 5 days for those deals to go out, or is it going to be a while before you get the hotel booking?
Yeah, before the end of this week for sure. I would say by Thursday for sure we'll have something. So a link probably within the next 48 hours.
Perfect.
If you don't get it, then definitely book your own hotel. But we're just waiting to get those set aside from Sahara themselves. So
keep gonna. And I want to put out there is this up yet? Because I mean it was a pop up in game, the Genesis Week 2024 announcement. I didn't see that it was on the calendar
as the event count, the Upland
event calendar. Yeah.
So no, it's not there yet. So that's where this is just we wanted to send people directly to Eventbrite.
Sure.
In the coming weeks and coming days, we're going to have additional announcements on what to expect and what to come. We're going to show off the block explorers that you can expect. All of that will be on the blog posts. So and separate blog posts at that. Perfect. So again, there's a lot this year, and there's a lot of announcements still to come surrounding Genesis Week.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to hit the high points here, the notes of the schedule. I don't have to read all the promotional stuff. I kind of, you've listened to me complain about some of the promotional stuff, but we'll get the big pieces here, of course. The big thing, obviously, Upland's putting out biggest ever, largest ever event for Genesis Week 2024. Better deliver.
Not hyperbole.
Okay.
I promise you, not hyperbole.
Okay. Obviously, Las Vegas, 6th and 7th of June. We've already said that. So we're looking at the 6th to the 7th of June. You said, I think it says in the announcement here when you look at Eventbrite, what time? Is that 6 p.m. again, or what time is it on Thursday?
6 p.m. on the Thursday, correct.
Mm-hmm. And then till 10 p.m. on Friday, obviously, all the way through on Friday. And again, I'm going to put a strong emphasis here is don't fly out at 10 a.m. on Saturday. If you can stay. If you have a way to stay. Again, if you can stretch it out an extra day for the hotel, I recommend staying to Sunday. Cheese already said she's going to show up Wednesday. She's flying out, or not flying out. She's leaving Sunday, I should say. Very read the rest. Very much here. An amount of your stay for 2 days would be a nice alternative. When Cheese said she's going to be in and out, come Wednesday, leave on Sunday. I'm kind of going to do the same thing, but it is a lot of time off work if you're taking time off work. So it's definitely worth considering. But my experience was to do things outside of Upland if you have the time with Uplanders. I mean, we got a chance to get around city. Did you go and take any time to get out? I know you guys are like busy the whole time.
Yeah, it's a little difficult for us. I mean, we have offices in Vegas, so we're there frequently for different meetings and stuff, but it's when Vegas is on, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of work just to pull that off. So,
I know Lizette was just like, it's like, oh, Lizette, what did you do? She's like, I slept like 3 hours and now I'm here. And I'm like, fair.
Yeah.
Because I know how that is to run an event like that. So, more power to you guys and right on for it. And I'm looking forward to it. So, the happy hour meetup is that Thursday the 6th. Again, you said 6 p.m. Things kind of get started.
Correct.
My experience was, I think we had an end time we're supposed to have, but it didn't really end.
We rock it till the wheels fall off. That's how that works.
Open bar. I mean, exercise your own responsibility, but open bar. I think that I was probably there for 4 or 5 hours, so it went very late, and we had Don and Dirk make an appearance. I think all community managers made an appearance, so it was pretty cool to see. And I think this year, much to expect the same way. We're going to expect everybody who's on the team to make it.
Yeah, it works out really nice for us, and it's just a good opportunity for different members of the team, for members behind the scenes more, to get out and interact with the community and get to know everyone. So it'll be the same. It works well. We think that's a good thing to do it each year.
Oh, so Cheese did drop an important thing here. If you're extending your stay, you're doing a longer stay, you may not be able to use the discount code.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the discount code is for the 2 days specifically.
So Thursday night and Friday night?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, if you get done at 10 p.m., you're not really going to go grab a flight afterwards,
Exactly.
So let's get to the rest of it here. Obviously, it's all inclusive. We already said the 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Friday, plenty of drinks on Thursday. And of course, I think we had did we have food at the Thursday, or
on Thursday there was no food. The Thursday is strictly happy hour. It's just drinks.
Just drinks. Okay. Well, I mean, at a certain point, maybe to sneak a little food in there to, keep yourself going, keep yourself upright. So the link here as I jump over is over on Eventbrite. It was on Eventbrite last year. I think you're right. That might be where I saw the announcement. Might have been Eventbrite being like, hey, this event that you want to go to.
Yeah, there's a lot of people subscribed to our Eventbrite for all the meetups and stuff that we've done. So we have to keep it in drafts until we're ready to go live, and then it goes out to everybody before we're even able to announce it.
That's very cool. So again, Upland presents Genesis Week 2024 live in Vegas. Of course, look at that, 798 followers on that list. So there you go. That's maybe how some of us got in there early. Sahara, obviously, is where the event's going to be. And that's about it. That's about all you gave us for details. So we got to circle back now. We got to circle back now, X1. Because
if you click in on it actually and take a look at the details.
It's not very much. You want me to read their details here?
There you go. Yeah. I want to take players who have never been. If you scroll to the bottom, there's a video that shows off last year. So behind the scenes. And I think this video gives a really good insight. This is the Upland update that we do after we publish the week after Genesis Week, and it's a total behind the scenes thing. If you want to get a good vibe, a good idea of what Genesis Week is like, that's a great video to watch. Take a look. If you're on the fence, definitely give it a watch and say, is this something I'd be into? And after watching, I think you'll find you will.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Yes.
Better videography this year.
Better videography.
No, like seriously.
For the stream, you mean?
Yeah, for the stream, for people who can't make it.
Yes, streaming so here's the thing. Here's an adjustment that we're making this year. Streaming was a huge stress. It's a huge stress. It's a huge setup. Whenever you're through these conferences, unfortunately, you can't use your own equipment. You have to use what's available to them. So this year we're looking for solutions, but we're really focused on this. Genesis Week is for the entire community. Genesis Live Day in person is for people who show up in person, and that's where our focus is going to be. So we're going to lean very heavily on broadcasters to get stuff out there. Anything that we drop video wise, we will drop live on YouTube simultaneously. But streaming the way we streamed last year, it's just not good.
We were losing fidelity all the time. People couldn't hear. The stream cut out.
Yeah, it's just we're stuck. Unfortunately, this is just how conferences work. You have to use their stuff, and it really takes away the flexibility that you could have, or the stuff that you do want to show off. So, we're instead going to focus 100%, and we're going to really lean heavily on our UCM broadcasters to share out, the live vibe and stuff like that. Any videos or anything that news that drops will be dropping simultaneously to everybody, though. And
I will tell you, I was, definitely the Wednesday night before, definitely the Thursday, I think even the Friday, I think I still had energy somehow. Is you're up all night. So I mean, if you are up at 2:00 in the morning and you're halfway across the world and you get up at 6, I'm sure there'll be a broadcaster leaving one Upland event or another doing things. So it'll be kind of fun to see that. Easier for us to do streaming potentially with our own equipment. So it would be fun to see a couple of those things happen live from Vegas. I did see a note here that was kind of what was the note? Oh, the question about tickets again. We had it last year where it was non-transferable. I'm assuming that's the same case this year. Don't buy a ticket and think you can give it to a buddy.
It is, yes. It is non-transferable. It's non-refundable. We have an issue if we make it transferable, we make it refundable. We've learned that people try to abuse that system. Yeah. So just to avoid any questions, it's non-refundable. It's non-transferable.
So people can't do the old arbitrage trick, right? Buy it early and be like, scalp it. Scalp it.
Exactly. So,
yeah. Well, I understood. So City Pigeon, just so you know, obviously non-transferable. Obviously, if things change, I would be 100% honest with you. Last year, there was a minute when I bought my ticket, I should say. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to go, but I wanted to make sure I was going to go. So I bought the ticket first, and then I figured out the flight and the airfare. The flight and the hotel. But I mean, to be honest, just do your math quick, because there's still going to be tickets. It's not like the regular admission is going to sell out anytime soon. X1.
No, I mean, we're not. Well, I don't know. I've not checked the numbers. We may be close to getting sold out of. We were close before the show, so.
Well, selling out of the early
general admissions. No, we put aside plenty of general admissions tickets and make sure that we have enough capacity in our room to handle everybody. So
okay, perfect. Because that's the thing is if you have to do a couple days worth of research, figure things out, take the time you have to make sure it's going to work out, and then book from there. Because again, you're not going to run out of that opportunity. It's not like it's meant to be the first 100 and call it a day. I think last year, I don't know what our numbers was, but if we sold out our first 75, just barely, which I think you're probably close to with the early bird. What we had last year, a couple hundred people.
Yeah, we every year we have a couple hundred people. We expect to fully break that record this year to have the most ever. It's our third time in person, so at the most, it will be our third biggest experience, but we plan on it being our biggest for sure.
Yeah,
So
that's one way of doing it. You've only done it a couple times, so
yeah.
if you're not as good as last year, you're still like second best to last year. I like
Yes.
it. I like it.
No, it's I mean, tickets already, early bird tickets sold out at a much or selling out at a much faster rate than last year, even.
Yeah,
So
and I think that I think it's part of it's a lot of things. I think that there was a period of time where a lot of people in Upland were, again, not to say that things weren't fun or exciting, but there was a period where some of that excitement was getting was getting reserved in a smaller amount of people. And I think we opened up to a lot more people in the last 10 months. We had totems really reinvigorated people. People are looking forward to what's next. I mean, we've done a couple things that have taken a while as far as development's concerned. As far as I'm going to cross my fingers on this because this is a delivery method here. UGC, huh. So if we get UGC to get pumped, I think there's going to be a lot of people who've been waiting for something to happen in Upland. That is their thing. There was a lot of that. I mean, the racing, opened up a lot of people to being a daily participant. They weren't in that position before. Treasure hunting wasn't their thing, but now they have something to be a larger participant in the game of Upland for. I think having the gamified earnings has a lot more people with daily activity. So who knows? My fingers are crossed that it's new people. That it's people who didn't come last year. I want to see all the people who came last year for sure. But some excitement among people who otherwise last year would not have come.
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, so one thing that we do in preparation for Genesis Week is we start to compile, okay, what's everything that has come out, that has released since last Genesis Week to next, to this upcoming Genesis Week. And we start to compile that and keep track of it. And when you look at just the last 3 months, it's huge. So we're definitely on a pace that's unlike anything we saw last year, even. So we've definitely increased everything. And yeah, everything, all the hard work that takes time is starting to pay off. Everyone's hard at work making sure that it continues a pace.
Also, crypto's up.
That definitely helps for sure.
It's not. I mean,
Not just up, man. It's like on fire at the moment.
So, I mean, if you've been sitting on a bag last year, your bag didn't look so great this time of year. You can cut a little slice off and have a heck of a trip, a Vegas trip for well, maybe not to go that far, but I mean, you want to slice off half an ETH? That's a halfway decent trip at this point.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You want to slice off 0.1 of Bitcoin? That's a heck of a trip. There you go. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, everything pumping definitely helps. I think we've got crypto. A lot of people with a crypto background, so that helps as well. But what else? What else is going to excite people this year? I know there's a little bit of a secret. There's a little bit of Genesis Week is about surprising people. What can you tell us you're working towards this year?
Just making it bigger and better than last year. I think the focus for us, you saw this last year, especially everybody that went the first year. Like I said, the first year was a celebration. It was coming together, celebrating Upland, celebrating the community. Last year was a definite shift in our mind where the focus is all on the community, and the community is more involved, various panels, the booths. Definitely expect more of that and more of this community centric focus this Genesis Week for sure.
Great. And I'm keeping my eyes out for some questions here as they pop through, but one of them, pretty basic stuff here, but definitely worth tapping on. Somebody made a mistake on spelling names on tickets. Is there a way people can reach out? Is there someone they can reach out to if they want to make minor adjustments?
Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Just you can always contact support and let us know, but also they're in person. I mean, as long as it's not, hey, I'm clearly Joe Smith and
it says Susan Peterson on there.
Yeah, and it says someone completely different. You shouldn't have a problem. So
oh gosh, fair enough. Yeah, so I mean, what I liked last year, among all the things was last year you added in a big way this focus on UGC or people bringing their own communities in. I think you already kind of touched on it, but that's going to be something that's going to stay. That's something we're going to see a big focus on.
100%. 100%. I think what's always exciting too is we have a hackathon every year. Expect another hackathon this year as well. Maybe with a little bit different of focus that is going to be interesting to see happen. We also announced our official racing, the championship circuit. It is open beta, and so this Genesis week will be our opportunity to test that open beta, make sure the mechanics are running well, make sure the structure that we have laid out works for a Genesis week championship. We want Genesis week to just be this giant celebration, and what better way than to reward and compete with the best racers in Upland each and every year at monuments. So
at monuments. And what I thought one of the keys about the monuments wasn't there something about giveaways and monuments?
Monuments, you'd have to refresh my memory.
Oh, there was something about that the first ever monuments coming to the game of Upland. So this is about way back when we were talking about potentially racing at them. This is back in December. There's something about possibly a giveaway on a monument at some point, because that would seem like a pretty amazing.
I mean, a monument would be huge. So think of monuments as like
a landmark plus 10
times 1,000. Yeah, there's no question. Like, so you can see it from outer space. That's a monument. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I love it. So, with that, again, we talked about a couple things with, what went well, years previously. I mean, I give you a little crap about what, some things we can do a little better. What are you looking forward to? Like, is there something you want to, see work a little differently this year than last year? Is there something that you saw that you thought, could be improved this year coming forward?
Yeah. So one thing that we did last year is we had in-person experiences. So we had rewards and competitions for racing that we showed up for the first time in person there. We had panels by players for the first time in person. Both of those things I would love to see more of.
Okay.
The exhibitions, the exhibitor tables from different members of the community, different partners, I think worked really well. And I know, lots of members of the team got to go around to each one and just learn a ton about what different communities are doing, what different layer 2s are doing. That was a really great experience for everybody. And so that I'd love to see more of as well. And then just overall, I mean, we have a lot in the burner that when it's going to be exciting to see, and you'll see it will add to Genesis week over the coming weeks and months. As we make these announcements, it's going to be big. So,
because I think that's what we did last year and the year before, even, where we knew Genesis week was coming, and then the hackathon gets announced, like conceptually that there's going to be a hackathon, and then we get some more details on that and what's going to happen on that. I think what was the layers of that? Yeah, and then there was a period of time where you were selling booth space, and then you got more details about what those booths look like. So, I mean, I expect to see much the same this year, where it over the course of the next 2 months, again, leading up to a couple weeks before, we're going to get little teasers along the way.
Yeah, more and more. It will definitely continue to ramp up. I will say one thing that I really enjoyed last year that I think turned out well was for everybody in person there's always a presentation and a small in-person AMA.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, though, we broke out into small work groups where, different members of the team who are working on different parts of Upland sat at the tables and were able to answer questions to anybody who stopped by. That's something that I think worked out really well, and I would love to double down and do more of that or maybe do it in a more efficient way and give more opportunity for players in person to come ask questions and talk with the team.
Yeah, I think what happened last year, if I recollect, or at least in my experience, was because of the time and the limitation on time, you got to see some of the people, but if you were in a position where you wanted to see multiple sets, you may not have had that time to do that.
Yeah, you kind of had to pick and choose. So we'll see if we can make it so you can talk to more members of the team. The round tables, that's right. See, St. Lucie remembers round tables is what we called them. But that was a really, really good and positive experience, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got comments in here about the cheese game where I think you got in and played the cheese game. I don't know if you got in there. I know what Don did.
I did not get to play the cheese game,
Come
unfortunately.
on,
No,
you gotta get over those booths. You gotta
know.
go put the VR goggles on. City Pigeon dress code. Be dressed. Wear
Be
clothes.
dressed. I think probably business casual is always good for these events. You don't want to come and leave the wrong impression, but it's it's nothing super formal or anything like that. I would say the awards night is always a little bit more formal, a little bit more dressy than the day, and that's where we give away rewards for player of the year, broadcaster of the year, creator of the year, stuff like that. So that's still on the table and something we're still planning on doing.
Yeah, I'm just watching things go by here in comments, but yeah, for sure, it was kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know about what people are going to do or want to do as far as continuing to build out what they're putting out in their brands, but I mean, we got people who are moving their brands to the point where they're doing things like merchandising and again, cultivating a business around their brand, and even working on rewards, in-person rewards, digital rewards. So yeah, I mean, that could be a thing. That was a question people are putting out there. And yeah, prizes to win. I love that. More cheese had that was the point about the cheese game, is cheese was giving out prizes. Again, it's something that you can build to help build your brand name recognition. You can reward people in your node. Hey, come see me in person.
I did not play the game, but I did get I think More Cheese. It was More Cheese giving away candles. I got a cool candle from her booth.
Yep.
That was awesome. There's lots of cool stuff. There's so
wait, hang on. You didn't play the game, but you still got one of the main prizes.
I may or may not have connections where I got a free candle. Sorry if I outed you, More Cheese.
I was just gonna say you got one of the good prizes and you didn't even have to play. Wow. Well, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, I think I'm owed a llama by somebody on the team that I'm still working on getting. I don't know if you know all the details, but
I know nothing on llama.
It's this llama 2 years in the making. It didn't make it the year before. It didn't make it last year. We're still working on it. We're still working to get me a llama. So we'll see how that goes. But so as far as for you again, the one thing that I kind of see as pretty exciting. You still have the office space in Vegas.
Yeah, and one thing we do every year, we always invite a few broadcasters to come and hold interviews with different members of the team. So stay tuned for that. That will be streamed live. So it should be good.
That's what I want to put out there. I want to put out there that if you're, because I want to make that transition. If you're not going to be able to make it in person, we have the broadcasters who are able to get to the offices. A lot is done to bring out what's coming up next year in Upland, kind of that idea of Genesis. What does Genesis mean in Upland? And I can ask you that question. How does Genesis Week tie into Genesis and the start of the year and getting things kicked off?
I mean, it's the celebration of the start of Upland, and it's an opportunity to take a look back, to take a look forward. It's a whole week of celebrations. It's a whole week of activities. It's a whole week of in-game events that culminates in an amazing in-person opportunity where we all get to connect as a community.
Great. And that's kind of where I am too, is one thing that like I said, I like about Genesis Week is the in-person's incredible. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really glad that we got the information as early as we did. Like I said, I was getting nervous. I think it was a month ago. I'm like, come on.
I heard you. I wish we could have. We just have to wait for different things to line up before we can announce. I mean, I think we're definitely earlier than the first year. This was about the same time that we announced last year. So
it is about the same time, the end of February, beginning of March. Yeah. So with that, I do want to put. I'm excited about the in-person stuff, but I do want to emphasize that if you can't make it in person, it is still a huge party for Upland. It's a huge party virtually, digitally. It's a good opportunity to get interviews or see interviews with the founders of the game. It's an opportunity to see maybe recorded video of community members having fun, letting loose, interacting with the community. One thing that I'm looking forward to again is just this idea that there is this area where we're learning a lot about the game. It's the Genesis. We're learning a lot about what's happening this year. But again, it's just the idea of fun and competition in a way we can't have any other time of year because we don't have that tie between the digital and the in-person real life.
Yeah. It's a place where I think for us as team members, and also for many in the community, you know, so many people have told me it really clicked for me after meeting everyone in person and took on this whole new level, whole new meeting. So highly recommend. It's a good time. I promise you're not going to regret it. I don't think I've met anyone who's come to Genesis Week who has at all. So it's a one of a kind experience, and it's very exciting.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Again, like the in person, you know, the seeing people I saw last year, the seeing the people I didn't see, learning what's going to happen in the next year. Again, you know, getting the 6 month view is always great. It would be nice to have something hit, be like, this is actually live tomorrow, as opposed to totems to come sometime. Maybe we'll see.
You will have to stay tuned. Yes.
All right. So I do want to put a couple things out there, and I know that we've done this for almost an hour. I appreciate your time, of course, as always. You know, it gets late at different times for different people, but I did want to ask you, just to basically, what would you put out there that we missed that you really want people to think about when it comes to either the decision to participate in person or what to look forward to and what's coming up in the next couple months for Genesis we can get ready for?
Yeah, I just pay attention to the announcements because we're definitely going to have more that we're going to announce that will affect in-game, but then will also affect Genesis Week as well. And we'll get everybody excited for Genesis Week for sure. And again, if you haven't, I think you're actually still hovered over that video. If you're curious and you just want to know what it's like, definitely check out the behind the scenes video. I think it gives a good.
How long is this video?
I want to say it's like 14 minutes. Like
okay, then I'm not gonna hit play. Then
you can hit play and just let it loop, and it gives you a good idea. I would skip my lame talking at the end. Oh, it's not 4. Maybe the year before was 14. What is that? 8 minutes then?
8:31.
There you go. Yeah, 8:31. And so you can just get a good vibe of what it's like, the atmosphere, the excitement, the amount of players there. Definitely check it out. Check out the vibe. That's exactly what it's like. That video shows off exactly what it's like.
There you go.
Yeah. Have you not seen that video, Goldsmith?
No. Oh, I've seen the video, but I say there you go because you were talking about how you're going to play the ukulele, get on the stage, and just, you know, if a Don can do it.
Yeah.
If a Don can do it.
And he's a very talented man. I'm not as talented as he is.
So, you know, the punchline was there was all that speculation about music coming to the game of Upland, and the way you had used the musical guest thing, I know it was a little tongue in cheek. I get it. Especially after the fact, but you know, people took it as like a big announcement. To be fair, it was a lot of fun. It was really cool that a founder, again, because you know, legitimately books gigs and legitimately is out there in the San Francisco area. So it was pretty cool to see that and to kind of see that get incorporated. Any big jokes that you're gonna plan on this year?
No, but I would say, pay attention for Easter eggs. We're always dropping Easter eggs. It's something that we love to do, and those are continuing to drop. Some have been seen, some have not, and maybe one day we'll go back through them all, the ones that were hit and the ones that were missed. But definitely pay attention to Easter eggs, especially as we lead up to Genesis Week.
Appreciate it, and I just want to put out again. You know, you started by asking me some questions, you know, about what I'm looking forward to. But I just want to put out there that this is something that I think there's enough that's available in Genesis Week for almost everybody to have something hit. If you have friends in Upland, but you could give crap about racing, you don't care about NFLPA sponsorship or partnership, you're not as worried about one thing or another, there's still going to be something for you to do. You're still going to have fun. It's, again, more about community than anything else. I think, is that a fair assessment? More about
1,000%. Yeah. I think that's why everybody who goes has a good time, because everyone connects with something or someone.
And again, I'm just looking forward to that opportunity again. And I wouldn't have booked it, you know, or bought the ticket, the early bird in probably within 40 seconds of seeing it pop up if it wasn't something I was excited about doing. So
yeah, well, we appreciate it and appreciate everybody who comes. Goldsmith, we appreciate everything you do. Many members of the team listen to you. I was telling you, I listen to you every morning. I'm glad you're on YouTube because I'm not able to make it live at night, but recap every morning. So thank you. Excuse me. Thank you to the community and everybody in chat for being here. And we look forward to seeing you at Genesis Week.
I appreciate it. And again, I seen some questions pop through. I've tried to answer them. You got a minute or two if anyone wanted to shoot anything last minute here.
Sure, absolutely, 100%.
And then we just, and again, because we're pushing on that hour, I want to thank you for your time. Anyone wants to throw anything real quick for questions? I think you've been really generous about getting a couple things answered right up front. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything obvious out there. Of course, we are going to continue to see those tickets for sale until they're sold out, which we don't expect to see X1, or there has to be a capacity, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a capacity, but we make sure we have more than enough. And if we hit capacity, we'll just extend the room. So not something we're worried about.
Oh, Kiro, have you seen your neighbor's car in Upland? Did you see that? I saw that.
I have not, but now I need to.
Okay, go to your account. Yeah, go look at your property.
Los Angeles, I take it.
This is in Los Angeles where you keep your car and you've got a cart. You've got a phantom car as well.
Yeah, can I be selfish here for a minute before I go and look at that?
Yeah.
I jumped in and I have one property in London and I started my unique London townhouse. Mm-hmm. I have very little spark. So if anyone wants to come and help me build that bad boy.
What? Did you just solicit people to build? Okay.
I'm totally soliciting.
You will not get any advantage in the game of Upland. This is my disclaimer. I'm helping you out here. You will not get any advantage in Upland, but maybe you get a high five.
I would be incredibly grateful. I'm trying to get it done before other members of the team. So team X1. Come
is this a competition you're having with Lizette and Squall or what?
It may be.
Oh god, I can't. Upland's a lot about hustling and people putting the effort in and people making the pitch. So I can't blame you too much for making the pitch.
This I see the car, the Glenn Fox there, parked exactly the same as my car. Who told me about the car? Oh, Kironeko. Yes,
it's Kiro's car.
It's Kiro's car. That's nice. And the Phantom from D-Tech, which I just love, by the way. Those Phantom carts. Shout out to D-Tech, or Death Ender rather.
Same difference.
Yeah, shout out that Phantom car. We have it parked side by side. That is fantastic. That looks so
good. Do you like that? Yeah, he showed me last night, and I was like, oh my god. I knew you're gonna get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So anyways, anybody else? I'm just trying to double check and see if we had any other questions, because again, I want to give you that opportunity to the community if anyone has any questions. What's the address? More Cheese is asking. So she can take a peek.
Hey, let me see. Hold on one second. I can tell you, it's my only London property. 2 Radnor Terrace. Radnor Terrace.
2 Radnor for which one? That's for the London Cheese. 2 Radnor Terrace is London. I didn't know if people wanted to see the mirrored cars next to each other.
Yeah, sorry, I'm shouting out my help me build. I'm a poor team member. I have no spark. So
well, and I wanted to put that out there because I think it's really cool to see your accounts in the game. You guys have all kinds of rules and about what you can and can't do. But I looked at your property and I was having this conversation with Kiro yesterday because Kiro was sharing your property. I was like, he's got a lot of nice assets on that one little property in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Shout out! I won one of More Cheese's. I'm really good at getting third place, so I will.
That was cool. Yeah,
I will dominate getting third place. So I got our playground there. I've got some totems there, and I picked up some from Too Stupid to Win. I picked up some in his store, some Halloween decorations. So
yeah, I saw that. So you had a good representation of different UGC items there. So I do appreciate that you guys are repping that way.
Yeah, it's super. I don't have an ornament for my mini house yet, but I will.
Don't solicit. Don't solicit.
No, I will not be. I will be when one comes out that fits my mini house. Mini houses are hard to get because they go fast.
Oh, I mean, I've got I'm not going to put any in my shop because so number one on that sale.
Yeah.
When I went and bought mine, 80% of mine went up on my own structure.
Oh,
that was that sale. I know it didn't sell through, but
yeah.
Wow, cheese. Well, I don't know what the wow is about, but again, I don't see any more questions coming through. I do thank you so much for your time. Anything else? Again, I always do this double take. 2 opportunities. You get a second opportunity to promote anything you want, except for soliciting people to put Spark on your property.
No, absolutely. I've just again, I just wanted to express gratitude for myself and on behalf of the team. The community is fantastic. Thank you, Goldsmith, for everything you do for your show, for every night in Discord there. I will say in-game chat is something that we're improving. How do you like the pop-out chat? Has anybody jumped in and
oh my gosh,
yeah,
we did a little bit of a I think I did. Well, no, wait a minute, that was for tonight. That was going to be for tonight if you didn't do the announcement. But pop-out chat's incredible. It's a small quality of life. And I made that joke last week about, is stealth the new way Upland's putting everything out? Because you didn't have to announce it. You just did it.
Yeah. So the pop-out chat is nice. I think it's really slick the way it pops out. So stay tuned. We're going to be adding more channels there soon. We're just testing it, making sure it's all going smooth. But in-game communication is critical. You can see how many new players are jumping in the new player chat, being able to connect with them. But that pop-out chat, I think, will be big in, helping us just sit and talk all day long straight inside of Upland. So
I just got a question. This is a confirmation. Yeah. Somebody wanted to get a confirmation that you're actually going to Vegas. I think you already said that you were, but they wanted to know before they booked, apparently. But
yeah, that definitely will be there. It's my favorite time of year for sure.
Lilyfield gardening. I don't think I heard gardening from X1, but who knows? Genesis Week is coming up.
No, but I'm a huge fan of Stardew Valley and farming, like farms. Shout out to Layer 2 Spark Tycoon, who has got a really nice farming situation there with resources and stuff. That's fantastic. So more of that, please.
Resource management game. Yeah, that idea with resource management, building your nodes, deciding what to do, and again, a little bit of that application of what is the most in-demand asset or the asset at this point.
Yeah. St. Lucci, I see in chat, says, can we get a direct link to chat from player profile card? It has been discussed, and I know it's just a matter of making it happen, but I think one day you will see that. Yes.
All right, great. All right, I don't want to scoot you out the door. X1, of course. If there's any other questions here, I wanted to see them. Oh, here we go. When cannot showroom owners start listing their cars at showrooms?
Sub-merchants for showrooms.
Maybe that's a question.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not aware of when that's on the roadmap, but it is something that is on the roadmap. So I just can't speak to timing.
Yeah, I think the answer on that, if I remember correctly, last time I asked, was we are working through the realities or the limitations of that function of being able to move that onto a property, right? That was one of the factors.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, now we have car travel that throws a wrench into everything, and so we're, that's something that will be coming. I just don't know when.
Fair enough. I'll take that second wrap around here, and again, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to, again, if we can do this when there's a big announcement. I know you go to a lot of the broadcasters, a lot of podcasts. I appreciate that you're out there as much as you are, and hoping to see you again when we have a big announcement. Maybe when we have more to know about this hackathon, and maybe you give me the rules up front, and maybe I actually have a chance this time.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Well, again, thank you for having me on. Everybody, I'll see you in Las Vegas. I'll see you at Genesis Week. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, X1. We'll give a quick wrap up for the night. He jumped out so fast. That works for me. So I do want to, again, just put out there, obviously, we do this Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. PT. Really great to have X1 on when we can have a interview on somebody who's either from the team or a developer in the game, Layer 2 developer. That's when we have the most fun here, learn the most, and again, can get together and have people engage the most. So looking forward to having people in the team as much as we can in the future here. But of course, looking forward to Genesis Week 2024. More details to come, but of course, the announcement today being that you can get in and register for Genesis Week 2024 in-person event. It looks like the majority of the early bird tickets are sold out, but we will continue to have the ability to buy the general admission, $100 for general admission for the foreseeable future until that sells out again. It doesn't look like it's something that Upland is too worried about, but it was a reality. Otherwise, between now and the 6th of June, there's a lot to keep our eyes out on for Genesis Week, so I know we all will. For tonight, thank you so much for being here. As always, if you are in the Upland Discord, in the Upland Discord Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. Feel free to jump in and be part of the conversation. People want to have a conversation. And of course, if you have questions, if questions that come up on Genesis Week, I do know if you have procedural questions, you should be able to get those through into support. If again, procedural questions about tickets. If you have questions, I know that the team in general, I'm sure, will be fielding many of them over the next several weeks. So thank you so much for coming in tonight. If you are in Discord, please feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.